Real quick before we get started, I know y'all see that cross above my head, right? This is an actual photo that I took the other day. It's just one of the many miraculous signs and wonders of our living God. All right, let's get into it. Listen, God is at his wits' end, okay? Like he done had it up to here with some of y'all. And he letting the people know in Ezekiel chapter 12, either you figure it out and get right, or you can get it too. Nobody is exempt from this wrath, okay? Now, let me tell you what he said. The word of the Lord also came unto me, saying, Son of man, thou dwellest in the midst of a rebellious house, which have eyes to see and see not. They have ears to hear and hear not, for they are a rebellious house. He's saying, look, some of y'all is around people that ain't doing right, and they know they ain't doing right. They got eyes to see what's right, and they refuse to see. They're turning a blind eye to what's right. They got ears to hear, and they act like they deaf. They know what's right, and they know what is wrong. And he's saying, for some of you that are dwelling amongst people like this, you need to figure it out too. Because when the wrath come, whether or not you're a part of whatever it is that they doing, you gonna get judged just the same. Okay? So therefore, thy son of man, prepare thee stuff for removing, and remove by day in their sight. And thou shalt remove from thy place to another place in their sight. It may be they will consider thou will be a rebellious house. So he's saying, pack your stuff up. If you ain't one of them, if you don't want to be judged like them for the things that they're doing, then you need to get from around them, period. Or you gonna get it too. And he said, don't sneak around and do it. Don't do it in the dark. Don't do it behind their back. Don't be lying and making lies up as to why you doing this or why you doing that. Do it in their face. Pack your stuff up and leave. This is what he's saying. Or you gonna get it too. Because you know what they doing as well as they know what they doing. And as long as you still in the middle of it, then you're just as guilty, sweetie. Okay? So you need to make a decision. Then shalt thou bring forth thy stuff by day in their sight as stuff for removing, and thou shalt go forth at even in their sight as they that go forth in captivity. Dig thou through the wall in their sight and carry out thereby. So again, he's saying, do it. Do it in their face. Don't hide it. Get your stuff and go. Because see, God judges the hearts of people, and he knows who is really evil and who ain't. So he's telling you right now, he's telling you ain't one of them. Get your stuff and get on through. Or you gonna get drugged with the rest of them. Okay? So then he goes on to say thou unto them, thus saith the Lord, this burden concerneth the prince in Jerusalem and all the house of Israel that are among them. Say, I am your sign. Like as I have done, so shall it be done unto them. They shall remove and go into captivity. So he's saying, you packing your stuff up and leaving and going on about your business so you don't catch them hands too. He's telling you, you gonna be the sign for them to change. Once they see you getting your stuff in order, lining your ducks up in a row, then, that may have an awakening inside of them to where they may say, okay, well, maybe we do need to, make some changes because some things about to happen. God not playing. He said what he said, and he meant what he said. He said, my net also will spread upon him, and he shall be taken in my snare. A snare is a trap. So a lot of y'all gonna get caught up in the traps. The traps, because although you have eyes to see, you still blind. Although you have ears to hear, you're still deaf. So he said, if you want to carry on acting blind and deaf, then you probably ain't gonna see or hear this snare coming either, that he gonna set for you. I'm telling you, y'all better wake up. This stuff, this is some real stuff. But he said, once he get done throwing them hands, basically, this is what he's saying, y'all. Once he get done throwing them hands, he said he gonna leave a few men of them from the sword, from the famine, and from the pestilence, that they may declare all of their abominations among the heathen whither they come, and they shall know that I am the Lord. So he said he ain't gonna destroy everybody. He gonna leave a few sprinkled here and there. He gonna leave a couple of people to tell the tale of what happened to them, of what God came and did, how God came and laid judgment upon everybody. So some of y'all, if you even want to call that lucky, you may get lucky and get spared, but only so you can tell what happened. So you're not really being spared, because you still gonna catch them hands, period. But now you're gonna spread the word of what God came and did. Okay? And say unto the people of the land, thus saith the Lord God of the inhabitants of Jerusalem and of the land of Israel, they shall eat their bread with carefulness and drink their water with astonishment, that her land may be desolate from all that is therein, because of the violence of all them that dwell therein, and the cities that are inhabited shall be laid waste, and the land shall be desolate, and he shall know that I am the Lord. He's saying right now, some of y'all need to be tiptoeing. You need to be doing everything extremely careful. You need to be eating carefully, is what he's saying. Everything you need that you're doing right now, you need to be doing it with care, and you need to be making some changes, because he said he coming through, and everything is gonna be desolate when he done. So enjoy your food now, enjoy your bread now, but you better be eating and trembling at the same time, is what he's saying, with the knowing that the day is coming. He tired of talking, y'all. He said, for I am the Lord, and I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. For in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, saith the Lord. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesieth of the times that are far off. Therefore say unto them, thus saith the Lord, there shall no one of my word be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done, saith the Lord. He tired of talking, y'all. He tired of talking, and he's saying that for those that would have visions and prophesy of his words, but would say that the word, it ain't gonna be for years and years and years. That ain't gonna happen. He said that's done with. You may as well go ahead and put those thoughts to bed, because what was said is about to happen. He said, I shall speak, and it shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged. He tired of talking. He done talking. He said it's about to come to pass. Shall none of my words be prolonged any more, but the word which I have spoken shall be done. He's saying what he's saying, y'all. He's saying what he's saying, and he's speaking of the Israelites, of all of this wrath coming upon the Israelites. And like I've spoken about in other videos, who he's referring to when he talks about the Israelites. Because if you're familiar with the word at all, or anything of the Bible, we all know that the Israelites were God's people. They were his chosen people. Excuse me. They were his chosen people, and they continued to rebel against him. They continued to worship other gods and make idols and just forsake him for so many years. And they did it time and time and time again. He would forgive them and bless them and get them all set up again. And then they would rebel against him again. So the Israelites are you rebellious ones. You ones that don't believe that God is God and that he gonna do what he said he gonna do. And you know, and he had to show Israel a whole bunch of times, stop playing with him. Stop playing with him. And every time they would come crawling back and begging for forgiveness, and he would forgive them because that's the kind of God we serve. We serve a forgiving God, a kind God, a graceful, merciful God. He don't want to wreak wrath upon the world, but he will. He will, just so people can stop playing with his name. So that's all I got for you guys today. If you guys want to go back and read it, again, that was Ezekiel chapter 12. So you guys have a great day.